Okay, guys, so today what we want to do is we want to look at problems that may not be factorable. And how do I solve them? So if I look at this problem right here, if I were to add 4 to both sides, I would get b squared minus 10b minus 66 equals 0. Now, is this factorable? That's what we want to see. Is there any way for me to get v squared? Yeah, there's lots of ways for me to get v squared, like v times v, 1b times 1b. And negative 66 is negative 66 and 1, negative 1 and 66, negative 2 and 31, negative 31 and 2. Is there any way that I can use any of these to get me negative 10v? And I don't think that's really possible at all. So another method, we talked about square roots, and we talked about factoring. Another way for us to solve is by something called complete the square. And in order for us to do that, we need to know what that means. And this is kind of a combination of solving by factoring and solving by square roots. I know, and we've talked about this, like x squared plus 14x plus 49 is the same thing as x plus 7 squared. Okay, like if I were to factor out this expression, I would get this to be that. Well, one of the things that you might notice is there's a relationship between the 49 and the 14. And what we would notice is that this is our c value, and this is the same thing as my middle term over 2 squared. And the reason why we talk about that is because I know how to factor this out, and I can rewrite anything if I could just complete the square. So what we're doing is first we're trying to find the value that completes the square. So what we're trying to do first is find c. C is the same thing as taking the b value, so in this case b is negative 12, over 2 squared. So if I were to look at this, I get negative 2 is negative 6 squared, which is 36. C equals 36. Okay? So right now, I have an expression, x squared minus 12x plus 36. Okay? And how can I factor that expression? Because I've completed the square, c means I completed the square. I found c to complete the square. This is factorable by the fact that I'm taking the middle term over 2 squared. Like I get x minus 6 squared, just to show you that I'm not making this up. Like if I were to do x minus 6, I would get x squared minus 6x minus 6x plus 36. So I get x squared minus 12x plus 36. Okay? So I just completed the square. I found out what c was, and then I factored the expression. Let's look at another one. I want to complete the square, so I have to find out what c is. So in order for me to find out what c is, I know c is b over 2 squared. So in this case, I'm going to take negative b, negative 9 over 2 squared. So in this case, c is going to be 20.25. So this complete the square form would be x squared minus 9x plus 20.25. So step 1, I got that done. Now I just have to factor it, and the factored form would just be x plus b, which is negative 9 over 2 squared. So I get x minus 4.5 squared. Okay, just to show you guys that I'm not making this up. You do not have to do this, but just to show you that that's what I get. I get x squared minus 4.5x minus 4.5x plus 20.25. So that does check out. You guys try the next few for me, and I will show you guys the answers in the next